Here is a fictitious story I first learned about on Facebook, and this has important life lessons for all people today, especially in this time period we are living in. Let me just give you what I have learned later, and let me just tell the story. First, there were 3 characters, and then there was a farmer. The 3 characters in this story were starving and they were begging for food. Then they met a farmer. The farmer provided them with cheese and bread. Then he offered them work. The 3 characters in question asked, "What should we do?" Then the farmer gave them 4 options from which they could choose. The first job was to alert the chickens when dinner would be ready, and that job would be promising as it offered a high pay. It was $5,000 a month. The second option was to cut garlic for the farmer and peel it. That job would offer $4,000 a month. The third option was to chase away the lizards from the farmer's garden, and that job offered $3,000 a month. And finally, the fourth option was to sing and to dance for the goats, and that job offered $250 a month. The 3 characters thought about this. The first character took the job that was offered to him that would pay him $5,000 a month. He wanted to inform the chickens about when dinner will be ready. The second character wanted to peel and slice garlic, and thus he was looking forward to earn $4,000. Then here would be where the surprise would come in. The third character thought about this carefully and decided to just take the job that would be worth $250. Yes, that character would dance for the goats. The 2 other characters were surprised. They were even thinking, why did you not take a higher paying job so that you could earn more money? They even thought the third character was unreasonable, but the third character just smiled. Then, the next day, the first and 2 characters were no longer alive for mysterious circumstances. But the third character was still around, and she spoke to the farmer. Now, supposing you have not heard of this story before, let me tell you about the characters. The characters were cockroaches. Now, having said that, what the third character did was a wise decision. And it should make sense why the third character did not take the other 3 jobs that the farmer offered to her and her friends. Then the farmer asked the third cockroach, "Why did you not take a job that would offer higher pay?" The third cockroach explained calmly, "Money is not the only important thing in life. When I work, I am also giving my time and my life into consideration. We all know lizards and chickens eat cockroaches. Of course, it would make sense for the third character to decline the offer of going near chickens or chasing lizards. Also, cockroaches do not like the smell of garlic. I do not know whether a cockroach can die from the scent of garlic or not, but I do know they do not like garlic, and that can be used as a repellent. Thus, dancing for the goats made sense because goats are herbivores and they do not eat cockroaches. Here are some life lessons you can learn from this story. First, do not be so easily enticed by what will please you now, but will leave you empty later. And this is a life lesson from the Bible that you can learn, especially from the book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. What is the purpose of having money or material possessions when you cannot enjoy them? But most importantly, provided that you have all you desire, but you do not have God in your life and you lose your soul, what benefit will there be? Second, do not allow the opinions of other people to stop you from doing what is right or from making the right choices. Life is too short for you to care about what everyone thinks about you all the time. This does not mean you should not care about others, but sometimes you have to learn how to show some indifference when necessary. Remember, Jesus said, wisdom is justified by her children. Third, work is not the only important thing in life. You also have to learn how to enjoy life and rest. In addition to that, do not accept everything that is offered to you immediately. Sometimes you have to think before you make a decision. Provided that the other two characters, the cockroaches, had thought about what they were going to do before their first day of work, they probably would have decided not to work at the farm, or they would have sung and danced for the goats as well. Remember, money is just a tool. You do need it to provide for yourself and your loved ones, but you cannot be of any good use to anyone provided that you just chase money and you cannot care for yourself. Remember these important life lessons, and remember to continue to grow in wisdom. Thank you for listening.